What's up, everybody? Joe Garcia here, the infamous Joe G, and today I just wanted to make a really quick short video to explain to you how you can test out SAML authentication against a self-hosted PAM REST API. I've been working on this against version 14.6. I'm using Entra ID and a user that is in the directory in Entra ID in order to perform SAML authentication through the API. I'm also using AliNL93's Get SAML Response Interactive Executable, the packaged binary, not even using the PowerShell module at this point. But the whole thought process here is that I'm just testing that SAML authentication works okay. And I just want to document this process for everyone out there who maybe wants to check and see if you have configured SP-initiated workflows through Entra ID SAML, or if you have configured IdP-initiated SAML workflows. The difference being that our browser-based click the SAML tile type of login supports both SP-initiated and IdP-initiated workflows. However, the API only accepts IdP-initiated. So if you happen to have configured or are using SP-initiated or service provider-initiated workflows for SAML, not going to work with the API. You're going to want to make sure you follow CyberArk's documentation on how to enable the IdP-initiated workflow for SSO against your PVWA. And you'll also want to ensure that when you're setting up your Entra ID entity, your enterprise application that sets up your SAML single sign-on authentication, do not set a sign-on URL. The second you set a sign-on URL on that SAML single sign-on setup in Entra ID, you are configuring SP-initiated workflows, not an IdP-initiated workflow. That is optional for a reason. Do not set a sign-on URL. Skip that part and you will be configuring IdP-initiated workflows in Entra ID for your SAML authentication. So with all of that set up, let's go ahead and look at how we can troubleshoot or test out SAML authentication through the API and what that looks like. So today I'm going to be using Postman in order to interact with my self-hosted version 14.6 PAM solution. I have the GitHub page up from AliNL93 for the Get SAML Response Interactive. I downloaded the executable zip here, and I am in PowerShell ready to utilize that in my PowerShell console. So we're going to be using these three today in order to go about our business. So let's go ahead and do the first thing we need to do here, and that is to go to the body and uncheck all of our parameters that we have here, all of our body parameters, because this is set up in XWWW form URL encoded. It's going to be key values like this. Most of our other endpoints utilize raw, which then, we would choose something like maybe JSON over here and then provide a JSON body. Not the case for this. We're just going to uncheck, and that is it. We want to send an empty body request, but still with our content type header because it is still an empty body, and we need to adhere to that. But that's all we have here. No body, content type application X www form URL encoded, and then I have made sure that my base URL is pointing to where my PVWA is. So we're going to go ahead and send this. And then what we get back is a redirect URL. And so any applications that we're building, we're going to need to be able to capture this URL and then process our identity provider's authentication from here. This is not something that CyberArk can support for you or do for you. This is something that you would need to talk to your identity provider to learn how to do. However, we have our redirect URL with the SAML request already applied for us. So all I need to do here is right click and copy. And then up in our PowerShell console, we're going to call that get password binary and then space. And we're going to copy or we're gonna paste rather what we just copied in there. So there's the same response that we got down below. And when we send this, it's going to pop up and authenticate with your Microsoft user. Now, you just saw the pop-up appear, and then it gave me the base64 encoded SAML response from the successful authentication. That's because I saved my user's authentication. Just log in with your username and password of the user that you're trying to authenticate as there, and you'll have the same thing return. It'll just be a point that you need to stop and deal with that authentication window a little bit more than in my video today. So once I get this, I'm going to copy it, right click, which sets it to my clipboard. I'm going to activate all of my different key values here, one of which is my PAS SAML token. I'm going to go ahead and overwrite the value that I have there. I have everything set up, but wait, there's more. This is the point where people would typically hit send, and then login would fail against SAML authentication. And that's because our PVWA requires session persistence for SAML authentication. So what you need to do before we even send this across is in this response body down here, we have headers that are provided across along with the response body, but we don't typically need them. However, in this case, we do. In the headers section, scroll to where you see set cookie, and we're going to copy out this CA88888. It's 5 8s. This whole line here, we're going to copy this. So we're going to take it, highlight it, copy it to clipboard. And then what we're going to do before we send across this new SAML token that we've got here, we're going to go to our own headers. We're going to add a key for cookie, and we're going to paste this into our headers. Now look, it pastes kind of funky when you're copying out of the response down here into here. So you're going to need to make sure that you remove all of the preceding white spaces. So this is your only value that's here. Now that we've provided the cookie, we'll be able to authenticate and get through. Let me show you what it looks like if we weren't going to provide this cookie. We have everything set up. We've turned off the cookie for now. We've got our body good to go, the proper SAML token. We send the request, and we get an HTTP 400 bad request because it doesn't know what session it's going to be tying off of from the initial login post that we sent. So turning this cookie back on and providing it and now sending the request instead gets us our session token. Session persistence is key here. Now that I have my session token, we all know that the Postman collection is going to be setting that environment variable for the session token automatically for us. So there's nothing I need to do here. I can just come over to get safes, send that request, get my 200 OK back. I am authenticated with SAML authentication through Entra ID and now able to do everything that I need to do going forward. So I just wanted to take a couple minutes, show you how easy this is to test, to troubleshoot, and to check out. If you have any questions about how to handle the authentication from a Microsoft perspective, you may need to reach out to your representative. However, if you do search for Microsoft CyberArk SAML authentication, you will get a Microsoft Learning website that follows the exact process that I took in order to configure it on my side. So I did not follow the CyberArk documentation, although I'm sure it is just as good. I followed the Microsoft documentation, which showed me that there is a tile in the marketplace that you can click that basically sets this up for you. Again, remembering that you need to delete that SignOnUrl to enable IdP-initiated workflows, and you're off to the races from there. So hopefully this helps somebody out there. Definitely took me a little bit of time to get to this point, but I feel a lot stronger in SAML authentication personally. If you have any other questions, drop them in the comments. If you like this video, go ahead and click that thumbs up. And until next time, stay secure.